McKerihan, a certified Zentangle teacher. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So the first tangle for this video is called Tada. What a perfect name for a first tangle. So let's start with crossing lines, two lines crossing, and to these lines you're gonna add another line to create a little triangular space. Either side of the line is fine, I think. And little tidbits here, it's easier to start from the center or corner or point and draw your line aiming to a line, to another line, or to a border, basically to something bigger, wider, longer. Because if you try to do other way around, if you start from the opposite end, whether it's line or border or something, some other shape, to a corner, your aim is really small, so it's easy to miss. So it's always easier to start from the corner or point and go out from there. So anyways, and then I am adding orbs into each of these spaces that I just created, and I'm squeezing my orbs really tightly, nice and tight, and I'm inking in between spaces. You can do this, you can ink in as you draw orbs. Oops, I went a little outside of the line, but it's not a big deal. You can see that I'm inking in as I go, or you can do all this inking in at the very end after you add in all these orbs, whichever works. And drawing orbs is so relaxing. Just one at a time, take your time. No need to rush. And you can see I'm creating orbs that's kind of layered. I mean, it looks layered if you look closely, but if you look kind of away from the paper, it looks really squeezed in. And then you're going to add tethered aura to remaining space. And I mean, you can do a few at a time, but I think it's better to do one at a time from the both sides, so that you know how much space that you have. So again, this one, you can aim. I think it's still easier to aim from the outside, but if you feel comfortable, you can start from the outside area like this. And my lines are a little shaky, and I know the reason, and I'll tell you why in the next section. It's a little embarrassing, the next section. My lines get really shaky. So here, not so good line, and I bumped my head into my camera stand. But the reason why I'm having such a hard time drawing these lines are because this is such an uncomfortable direction. So I decided to turn my book around. I was hoping that I could keep my book in one direction so that it's easier for you to watch, but it was just so hard for me to tangle. And I think I'm recovering just now from my I guess bad decision, so to speak. But now I feel more comfortable. See, it shows in my line. And this one, I think I should turn again. So here's a lesson. I always tell my student, turn your paper, turn your book, turn your tile as much as you need to, so that you can draw your lines in a direction that you feel most comfortable. It's almost like if you know how to sew or use sewing machine, you can imagine sewing machine and a needle. So instead of moving the needle, you are feeding the fabric under the needle. So that's how you should draw, especially you are drawing a smaller piece of paper. It's easier to do this. And then I'm going to start shading with my graphite pencil. Oh, by the way, my pen I'm using in this video is Sakura Micron 01. If you are from United States, it may look different from the pen that you're used to seeing in a store for Sakura Micron, but this is what we have in Japan. Even though Sakura is originally a Japanese company, Sakura US or Sakura America uses different design, but it's the same ink, same nib, so it's essentially the same pen. So I'm adding shading to right now to a border, but typically I add shadings to where things are layered and where things already look dark with the lines coming together. That's where I start. And then I'm gonna add shading to, it's kind of like a smiley face, shading to each orb, but I'll leave the little ones because it's gonna be too dark. So when you're shading, you don't want to shade everything. You always want to leave a spot that's not shaded. And then I'll switch to my tortillon and gently pushing my graphite onto paper and pulling a little bit out. So here again, I'm coming in awkward angle, uncomfortable angle, so that I don't have to turn the tile. But please do turn your paper as much as you want to. But you can see how like I'm coming in with my tortillon at certain angle. That the tip of tortillon is against where I want to shade, so that I have better control. So you see right there, I'm coming from the opposite direction. It's a little hard to control the shading. I think I'm gonna explain this a little more later, but it's the direction that you come in when you shade makes a little bit of difference, and sometimes depending on how precise you want to be, makes huge difference. So I am adding highlight with my white charcoal pencil, and if you are drawing on a white paper, your highlight may not show as much as mine. So that's one benefit of using a paper with a little bit of color or darker tone, I guess, and add some highlights here. So this is going to create some kind of pillowed or poofed up look, and gently pushing this onto paper with tortillon that's dedicated to my white charcoal. And when you use white charcoal, it gets a little messy. So in some spot that when the dust, white dust, covers white ink and loses sharpness, you want to go back and bring these lines again. I guess bring these lines back again, and adding some bright spot with my gel pen. I'm using Sakura jelly roll, and depending on how much space you have, how big your orbs are, you may be able to add one or two dots, and this will create really nice highlights. And then as a final touch, I'm going to come back again with my black ink to bring some of the dark spot, or emphasis some dark spot, and ta-da, I'm done with this tangle. And let's do next one. So the second one, or day 2 tangle, is called Flame Flower. And so the list of the tangle is on the show note, you can see. And I think I did this tangle maybe last October. I had to look it up, but I may have another video for this tangle. So this one essentially is it's like a cyme or cymie. I still don't know how to pronounce, but it's a Zentangle official tangle, CYME, cyme, with a center with orbs. Sorry about my hand covering, but you start with a bunch of orbs to create the center, and you continue to add pointy petals, as many petals as you want. And again, I encourage you to turn your paper, tile, notebook, whatever you're using. So I don't think I have a whole lot to explain about this tangle, but so I guess I can talk about GratitangleZ. November is a month of gratitude, especially, you are familiar with the idea. If you live in America, November we celebrate Thanksgiving, so we associate month of November with gratitude, and in Zentangle practice, we place quite a bit of value on gratitude. Basic Zentangle method, 8 steps of Zentangle method, starts with gratitude and appreciation, and end with gratitude and appreciation. So this is really a perfect challenge, GratitangleZ. And Lisa Anderson, CZT, publishes the list this year, and I don't know how long she's been doing, but this year I was invited as one of the contributor. So my tangle is on, I think, on day 17. So I'm really looking forward to do that and to see what other artists do with my tangle. And yeah, so I'm really grateful to be here, to be able to draw. I became certified Zentangle teacher to really show or share the joy and the power of art. And the Zentangle method Um, I was immediately drawn to it. I think the process, the mindfulness aspect of it, and the community, and everything about it is so beautiful. It's not about just creating something beautiful, but it really teaches you to be here, to be present, and to appreciate and to enjoy art, and to enjoy creativity, and to appreciate my own creativity and others' creativity. And I don't know, it's just a beautiful experience. It's a worldwide community that you can be part of. You can get involved as much and as little as you want to, but everybody I meet through Zentangle is just wonderful, wonderful people, and I'm grateful for each one of them. And Lisa is one of many CZTs I had the privilege of meeting in person. I used to live in Washington State's greater Seattle area, and we had a Washington CZT group, and Lisa was one of the member of Washington State CZT group, and she's been doing Zentangle much longer than I have been, and she was just so sweet and so welcoming and so kind and so generous. Right now I live in Tokyo, but it was so nice to hear from Lisa and asking me to contribute to her, to the list that she's creating for this year's GratitangleZ. So thank you, Lisa, for inviting me to this year's GratitangleZ. And I did Inktober last month, and this month I'm doing GratitangleZ. And next month I think I'm gonna be participating in some Advent related event, or maybe I'll do my own Advent tangling, just to get myself ready for Christmas. I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but it's so nice to have this kind of bite-sized project. It's nice to do big ones, and it's nice to have hours to tangle in one sitting, but sometimes, well, I would say, most of the days I'm too busy to carve out time to tangle for hours at a time. I mean, weekend and holidays are opportunities, but on day-to-day basis, I'm still working, and I have some other commitments. I'm not retired just yet. Well, I still have, maybe another 10-20 years before retirement. So it's nice to have 5, 10, 15 minutes, little bite-sized project. I keep saying bite-sized project every day. So thank you, Lisa, for putting together this year's GratitangleZ list. So here is my flame flower. Isn't it pretty? It's such an organic, beautiful tangles. You can make it as big as you want, as little as you want. You can create as many layers as you want. And I'm just adding some finishing touch here. I'm really happy with how this is coming together. And sorry, I didn't talk anything about what I was doing, but I think it's pretty straightforward. I'm watching with you too as I talk. It's kind of interesting to watch me tangle, and some days I can see some days are better than the other. My lines seems more relaxed, and some days my line seems a little shaky. It really shows where my mind is. So each day is different, but always try to remember there is no mistake. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. So here's my flame flower, and here's the next one, Stepheart. So I decided to combine multiple Stephearts. So you're gonna start with this sort of shape. It's important that you come around, loop around, and close it off. You're gonna see it later why it's important. So this one I made a mistake and I just closed it without looping around like this. So make sure you loop around and close it off. So sorry that I'm a little off camera. I was turning my tile like I was explained to you earlier. And you're going to go around and create tethered aura like this. So you repeat. And this one, I am not sure how this is going to work, so I'm going to skip for now. And this one is going to go behind. Again, gonna go behind like this. So this one, I'm gonna just do the same to see how that's gonna work. So from here, you see how this goes behind and create a heart shape. It may be a little hard to see because mine is going behind the previous heart, but you get the idea. So this is second Stepheart going behind the first one. So it's a little more complicated than just doing one. So we're gonna skip the one that I'm not sure what to do. But you see how because I didn't loop around, you can't really create a heart shape like the other one. So I had to figure out to do something with this one. I guess I decided to add another one here. So here you go. I'm adding another Stepheart. And I could continue to work on the one that I didn't quite do it right, but I think it looks just fine. So I'm gonna leave it as it is for now. I may do something with it later, but I'm not sure at this point. But it doesn't look out of place. It kind of disappeared, so no mistake. Remember, there's no mistake in Zentangle. Even the one like this, it's a little hard to recover and make it right, but still, it's gonna work. So I'm gonna add shading to where something is coming over something else. It's always a good place to shade. And where the lines are coming together, and we're gonna add some highlight to create a little roundedness, more dimension to this sculpture-like shape. When I look at the step out, looks like this tangle is initially inspired by three-dimensional sculpture. So I'm trying to create the dimension to this shape. So adding highlight where it's round. And I think I'm gonna maybe I'll do more shading to emphasize this highlight. So I'm gonna add shading here inside of the curve. So the outside of the curve is where I'm adding highlight, and inside the curve is where I'm adding shading. And again, when I shade, ideally, I would like to, or I do turn my tile usually, but for filming purpose, I'm not turning my tile as much as I would normally. So my shading looks a little messy, but I think it's gonna work out. So anyway, so this is the third day of GratitangleZ. I'm grateful that you are watching this video, and I'm even more grateful if you leave me a comment or subscribe to my channel if you haven't, or just give me a thumbs up so that I know that you're watching. And this is day 3, and I'm planning on doing this to day 30. I know I'm already way behind. Today is what day? Like November, however, whatever day today is. It's a video. I don't know when you're watching. So you may be watching this in 2026, 2027. I don't know. But there's gonna be more video in this series, and hope you will stick around and see how this project progresses. And I really encourage you to put your pen down to paper and work on your own project. It doesn't have to be big project. It can be just a small tangling on a corner of your journal. I always say less watching and more drawing. Yes, I want you to see my video since I'm creating this for you, but I'd rather you tangle than just sit here and watch me. And I hope you find this relaxing to watch and inspiring to watch and tangle. If not immediately, maybe later. Maybe you're just gathering ideas now. But practice makes everything better. So hopefully this will inspire you to practice and put your pen to paper. And as you do, you'll get different ideas. Oftentimes, or most of the times, I would say, I don't know what to do until I start doing, especially when it comes to drawing. Like when I'm trying to do something for my work, I try to have some good game plan before I start. But when I'm drawing for especially Zentangle drawing, I'm just trusting the process, trusting the method, that in the end it's gonna work out. I'm not taking this too serious. This is just for fun. I'm creating something for myself, and for you too. Hopefully that you can benefit from my trial and error, and we can tangle together. So thank you for watching, and I'm gonna finish up with some final touch of shading, and I hope you like my video, and I hope that you will continue your own journey as I continue my journey. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful for the internet, the social media, so that we can connect with each other. And I'm grateful for Zentangle. I'm grateful for art, and I'm grateful for my health today, and I'm grateful for GratitangleZ. Thank you for watching. I will see you in